Embry gang, what's good, y'all? So we just dropped a new song called Sad Song Friday. I'll leave the video right here. But since we've dropped it, I've had some people reaching out to me and checking on me and making sure I'm good and making sure I'm still sober and stuff like that. So let me just start the video by saying, yes, I'm still sober. And I appreciate everybody that's been reaching out to me. So that's why I kind of wanted to just dive in and give y'all the story behind the song Sad Song, what inspired me to create the song, and why I decided to release it. But before we get into that, I just want y'all to know, like, every Friday going forward, we're going to be dropping a new performance video, a new freestyle, a new music video. We're going to be dropping something every Friday, and every Tuesday we're going to be either doing talking heads like this, vlog style content, just more behind the scenes of Franklin Embry style content. So we're really diving into YouTube this year. I really am. I've never been good at YouTube. I've never really been good at growing on YouTube. So I'm really making a focus this year. We're going to dive into YouTube, and we're really going to try and grow on YouTube this year. If we can grow our YouTube to the size of our Facebook and our TikTok and the Spotify, man, that would be great for us. So that's my goal. And I want to do these videos like this to really get to know y'all and for y'all to get to know me and really build a community here on YouTube. With that, let's get into the inspiration of Sad Song. If you haven't been following me for a very long time, my name is Franklin Embry, and I'm a recovering alcoholic. I have been sober for 3 years now, a little over 3 years. But before I got sober, my life was bourbon. My music was bourbon. Everything about me represented bourbon was my life. Kind of like what all my content was about, what all my music was about. We had a country rap group called Them Bourbon Boys. My first song that really got traction was called Bourbon Blues. Like, bourbon, that was such a big part of me. All my friends called me Frank the Tank. I made an ass out of myself more times than I can count. We would go live. We did this thing called Shots for Shares, and we would just get obliterated. The stuff musicians do for attention. I mean, that's basically what it was. It was all about attention at the time. So I was very much a raging alcoholic. I was a raging alcoholic. I didn't care about nothing but getting fucked up. What we doing today? We're getting drunk. Selfish, not a very productive member of society, not a very productive member of the community. You know, I wasn't the best person. 3 years ago, October 2nd, 2021, I quit drinking. When you quit drinking, there's, you have to get comfortable in your own skin. It takes a while, for you to get comfortable in your own skin. Like, for so long, I was just numb to everything in the world. Then when I got sober, I started having feelings that I hadn't felt before. I was overly anxious. I was overthinking everything, every decision. Like, when I was drinking, I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof. But when I got sober, I lost a lot of my self-confidence. And that's just me being real with y'all. For so long, it seemed like, and maybe this was just the people that I was around, I don't know. It just seemed like people didn't like me unless I was Frank the Tank, or I was, I wasn't fun if I wasn't drinking. I've always been an overthinker. I've always had some social anxiety. If I'm in a room full of strangers, I'm the type of person that's in the corner just watching. I'm not the life of the party. unless I'm drinking. When I was drinking, I was always the life of the party. I would run around like a chicken with his head cut off. So it's very much I was Jekyll and Hyde, I guess would be a way to describe it. Like I was, when I was sober, I was very conservative, and now when I was drinking, I was all my inhibitions were just gone. When I got sober, I had to really get to know myself, like, and really look in the mirror and be like, and start working on like the underlying issues. See, the alcohol wasn't the issue. The alcohol was what I used to medicate like the underlying issues, which would be, my ADHD, my anxiety, overthinking, and I had to get to know myself, and it was a struggle. And not to mention, like, as I was getting sober, uh, fucking the world just kept testing me. It felt like the world was just testing my sobriety every step of the way. 2023 came along, and that was really has been like it was really one of the toughest years of my life. When I was drinking, St. Patty's Day was always like my favorite holiday. And then St. Patty's Day 2023, my dad passed. Fucking ironic. Um, he was the leader of the family, So at that point, all that weight came on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And let me just be honest. I've never been good with responsibilities. I've always kind of been a fuck up. I've always kind of looked at myself as a fuck up. So when Dad passed, I felt like the weight of the world had just came down on my shoulders. Not only did I have to handle, my personal shit, but I also had to I had to take care of my mother. My mother has COP and dementia, so I had to take care of her. Then I had to take care of my own family too, my wife, my stepkids. I had all these responsibilities just thrown upon me. I feel like you can really tell the measure of a man. What are they going to do under pressure? Are they going to fold up, or are they going to step up? You know what I'm saying? So I really had two choices. I could run back to the bottle and I could fold up, or I could step up, man up, and be the man that I needed to be. I like to think that I stepped up. But with that being said, there was still that internal battle that I had inside. You know what I'm saying? And I was struggling. There was a part of me that wished I could still be Frank the Tank and still just be fun loving, carefree, and not give two fucks about anything. Being sober, I care too much about everything. For me, I just didn't want to fuck up. I didn't want to fuck up. So that's kind of where I was mentally when I sat down to start writing Sad Song. I'm a huge Jelly Roll fan. I've been following Jelly Roll since the early to mid 2000s, but I really didn't really become like a super fan or a huge fan until he really started diving into the addiction music. When he started releasing songs like Save Me and Son of a Sinner, it's really a testament to him and why he has gotten to where he's gotten to and all the success that he's seen. Congratulations to Jelly for all that success. But the reason is because those songs resonate with so many people like me. Like every time that I play like a Jelly Roll album, it feels like he's telling my story. He says he's the voice of the voiceless, and I know that there's a ton of people out there with stories just like mine that battled addiction most of their life. Jelly Roll speaks to that. With that being said, I love those songs. But for me personally, inside, I was tired of being the sad song. I was tired of you know, living life, like thinking somebody saved me. I'm one shot away from the devil. I was tired of being a sad song. Like I don't want my vibration to be low. I want to be high. You know what I'm saying? I want to make people laugh. That's what makes me happy, is being able to make people laugh, being able to entertain people and stuff like that. I don't want to be a sad song. And that's kind of where I came from mentally when I started writing sad song. Was I'm just tired of living life like a sad song. Fuck that. I'm not going to be a victim anymore. I'm not going to be a sad song. That's kind of like the mentality where I was at when I was writing it. Was everything that I was going through at the point where I was thinking, like, I just want to be fun again. How do I say this? I want to be the life of the party, but I want to be the life of the party sober, if that makes sense. You know, my struggle has been trying to figure out how to be Frank the Tank without being Frank the Tank. Charismatic, carefree, all these things that I felt like Frank the Tank was, but John wasn't. So yeah, that's kind of where my head was when I was writing the song. Was, you know, tired of living life like a sad song, trying to find new ways to have fun. And because I feel like that is one of the leading causes of relapse, is like learning how to have fun sober is one of the biggest struggles with sobriety. I feel like, at least it has been for me. You know what I'm saying? It's really been a struggle for me. And I've had to find new hobbies, four-wheelers, trail riding, roller coasters. When you're figuring this stuff out about yourself, you also got to figure out how to have fun again, you know? And that's kind of what it was like for me anyways. I didn't want to be a sad song anymore. I want to be fun. I want to make people smile. I want to make people laugh. I want, you know, that's what brings me joy. So this is really how Sad Song came about. And no, I haven't relapsed. We're over 3 years strong, and I appreciate everybody that has reached out to me, man. It means the world that y'all care, and it really does. It means so much. I can't put it into words, but yeah, that's really why I wanted to make this video and kind of give y'all mentally where my mind was when I sat down to write Sad Song. It was just, you know, pretty simple. I'm tired of being the person that it feels like these sad songs are wrote about. I don't want to be a sad story. I want to be a comedy. That's what it was for me, and that's why I wrote the song. And I felt like if I was feeling this way, maybe somebody else would be feeling that way. Maybe it could help them. But anyways, man, I appreciate y'all. I fucking love y'all. Embry Gang. New music video this Friday. Stay tuned.